All right, let's talk pricing. You know, in the high-stakes world of business, there are very few decisions as critical as setting the right price. If you get it wrong, well, you're just leaving money on the table. But get it right? That's when you unlock your company's real potential. So today, you're not just going to watch, you're getting in the driver's seat. We're putting you in the role of the CFO because the data, it tells a story. And we're going to start reading that first chapter right now.
So this is the big one, right? How much is your product truly worth? I mean, it's not just about what it costs to make or what your competitors are charging. It's way deeper than that. It's about really understanding value and demand and digging into the data that tells the actual story. And guess what? As the CFO, you're the one who has to find that answer.
Yep, for this whole explainer, this is your seat. You are the CFO. Think about it. You're the only person who sees the complete financial picture, and you have the final, absolute say on pricing. It's not just about crunching numbers in a spreadsheet. No way. It's about executing strategy. It's a huge responsibility for sure, but with the right tools, it's also a position of immense power.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, every great decision starts with great data, right? Before you can touch a single price, you've got to have that clean, unfiltered, 30,000-foot view of the business. So, welcome to your command center, the CFO's dashboard.
First thing you see, right at the top, is your North Star. That big number, that's $1.2 million in expected revenue for the month. Now, this isn't just some wild guess. It's a totally data-driven projection of what your company could be making if everything, and I mean everything, is running perfectly. This is the goal. It's the benchmark for our success.
But, potential is one thing, reality is often another. Look at this next number, $85,000 in revenue loss. Ouch. This is literally the money we're leaving on the table as we speak. Maybe it's from mispriced products in some regions, or maybe there are hiccups in the supply chain. As the CFO, this number is a giant flashing sign telling you exactly where you need to focus your attention.
And finally, here's where we are right now. Just over 1.1 million in revenue generated. So the story here is crystal clear, isn't it? We've got the potential to hit 1.2 million, but we're leaking 85 grand somewhere, which lands us at our current performance. And just like that, in a matter of seconds, you've diagnosed the entire company's financial health. Pretty cool.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit and look at who's buying from us. This donut chart breaks it down instantly. You can see 70% of our orders are those big, bulk wholesale deals. The other 30%? Those are bulk break orders, basically smaller clients buying in smaller volumes. Now, this split is absolutely critical. It immediately makes you ask the question, are we pricing things correctly for both of these very different customer types? And check this out. This bar chart is all about momentum. It shows you, at a glance, how much product we've moved this month compared to last month and over the last 90 days. Are we trending up? Are we trending down? Is there some kind of seasonality we need to think about? This historical context is just so vital for making smart pricing decisions for the next month.
All right, so we've got that high-level, 30,000-foot view. We get the big numbers, we see the buying trends. Now it's time to zoom in. We're going to drill down to the ground-level details. So let's jump over to logistics and see how products are actually moving through the system.
So inside the Logistics tab, you've got this awesome little analytics toolkit. These different cards give you all that nitty-gritty detail you need. For example, how much product is actually moving out the door versus what we've received. And, maybe most importantly, what's the real story with our cash flow? Looking at paid versus unpaid invoices tells you that in a heartbeat. And really, the key here is just how clear everything is. The system automatically splits up your core transactions into buys and sells. It's this simple, two-column layout that just cuts right through all the noise. It lets you focus on the most fundamental thing, the flow of goods and money coming in and the flow of goods and money going out.
Okay, we've seen the big picture. We've dug into the ground-level details. Now, it's the moment of truth. It's time to take all this amazing intel and turn it into a decisive and hopefully very profitable action. It's time to set the price.
And the great thing is, the process itself is built to be super clear and fast. It's literally just 4 steps. 1, you pick a region. 2, you set your price per unit based on all that data we just looked at. 3, you define the time frame. And 4, you hit submit. That's it. Simple, deliberate, and really powerful. Okay, let's make this real. we're looking at the Colonia region. Our data is telling us demand is high for our 50 ppm product, so let's set its price at $10 per unit. Now, the product 3 model is facing a bit more competition, so we'll price that one competitively at $9. And to really capture volume, we'll price the 85 model at $8. See? Just like that, we've used our data to execute a smart strategy for an entire market.
But of course, this isn't a one-and-done kind of deal. A real strategy has to cover all your markets, right? So once Colonia is all set, you immediately move on to the next region, which is Lotion. And you just repeat the process. Because every market is unique, every market needs its own data-informed price. So you've done the hard work. You've analyzed all the data, you've gone through and systematically set your prices for every single region. Now comes the final, and maybe the most important step, locking it all in and really understanding the impact of what you just did.
The second you hit that submit button, your decisions go live, instantly. These prices are now locked in for the entire month and they're visible to every single buyer in the system. There's no gray area, no ambiguity. Your strategy is now the market's reality.
And listen, this might be the most critical takeaway of the entire process. This authority, it's yours and yours alone. The whole system is built around this one core principle, which comes straight from the source material. No one can change them except the role of the CFO. Think about that. That single point of control is what guarantees consistency and strategic integrity across the whole company.
So there you have it. In just a few minutes, you've gone from that high-level dashboard view down to the nitty-gritty analysis, and finally, you've taken decisive action. Your prices are now locked in. The only question left is, what's next? What are you going to be watching on that dashboard to inform next month's decision? What's your next strategic move?